English for Professionals, Lesson 2, Skill Set. Let's begin with a quick check. What does skill refer to? Does it refer to a person's job position, responsibility, or ability? Skill refers to C, ability. Examples of job skills include public speaking skills, typing skills, and problem-solving skills. In this lesson, I'd like to help you learn these words and expressions: skill set, build job skills, attention to detail, mentor, rise to the top. Let's begin. Listening practice 1. Listen and try to understand the highlighted words.
If you watch my earliest videos, you'll certainly notice that I didn't exactly have all the skills needed to produce an instructional video. I had a lot to learn, especially in terms of using technology to teach. But it was my goal to learn how to transfer my classroom skills to the online world. Over time, I reached that goal, but that didn't mean I stopped learning. In almost any kind of work we do, we must continually build our skills or risk being left behind. Of course, you don't really have to rise to the top to be considered successful. Success is defined in many ways, but it can be dangerous to assume that you've achieved all that you can and there's no other skill left to acquire. We can always improve in some area, whether it's our attention to detail or our ability to use technology. How satisfied are you with your work skills? Would an employer think your skill set is too narrow? What can you do to build your job skills? Well, I'm not here to mentor you in your field, but I can help you develop your English skills, right?
In that first listening, you might not have caught every single word that I said, but hopefully you understood the meanings of these 5 words and expressions. Let's check your understanding.
What does skill set mean? Skill set literally is a set of skills. It's the abilities a worker has. Hopefully, you have a strong skill set, not a narrow skill set. What's in your skill set? Hopefully, communication skills, organizational skills, computer skills, and many more.
Note how we commonly use this expression, skill set. A person can have a strong skill set, which means there's a wide range of things this person can do. A person can have a narrow skill set, which isn't good. That means that the person's abilities are limited. We can also talk about the skill set needed for something or to do something.
Build job skills. What's another way we can say that? Build job skills means develop job skills. You develop the skills you need for the workplace.
Here's the definition one more time. I'd also like to note the expression skill building because it's so similar. So we can talk about building job skills or skill building. If you look online, there are lots of articles on how to build your job skills or skill building. There are also advertisements for skill building workshops. I'd also like to note the grammar. Remember that the word skill can be a countable or uncountable noun. In our key phrase, build job skills, skills is plural, it's countable. But here are 2 examples of how we use skill as an uncountable noun. We can say that someone has a high or low level of skill, and we can talk about one's skill in something or in doing something. We could also use the preposition at, one's skill at something.
Attention to detail. What's that? Attention to detail is your focus on small parts or facts. Hopefully, you have good attention to detail, right?
Note how we commonly use this expression. We can say that someone has good or poor attention to detail. And we can pay attention to detail or details.
Mentor. What's the meaning of this word, mentor? A mentor is a person who is very experienced in the field, and this person helps and advises another person who is less experienced and usually younger. And the mentor helps the younger person gain experience and gain skill in the field. You can be a mentor, and you can mentor someone else.
This word, mentor, is a noun and a verb. So I can talk about my mentor, say I had a mentor, and explain that in the past I mentored someone. And if you listened closely, you might have heard a change in my pronunciation. That's because in American English, this word has two acceptable pronunciations: mentor, mentor.
What does it mean to rise to the top? If you rise to the top, then you achieve all that you can. You are successful in your field. It also implies that you're among the best in your field.
In this expression, rise is usually a verb, as in, he quickly rose to the top. However, it could also be a noun. For example, his rise to the top was impressive. Listen a second time to the opening talk. Try to focus on the details. This version has captions.
If you watch my earliest videos, you'll certainly notice that I didn't exactly have all the skills needed to produce an instructional video. I had a lot to learn, especially in terms of using technology to teach. But it was my goal to learn how to transfer my classroom skills to the online world. Over time, I reached that goal, but that didn't mean I stopped learning. In almost any kind of work we do, we must continually build our skills or risk being left behind. Of course, you don't really have to rise to the top to be considered successful. Success is defined in many ways, but it can be dangerous to assume that you've achieved all that you can and there's no other skill left to acquire. We can always improve in some area, whether it's our attention to detail or our ability to use technology. How satisfied are you with your work skills? Would an employer think your skill set is too narrow? What can you do to build your job skills? Well, I'm not here to mentor you in your field, but I can help you develop your English skills, right?
I'll now ask 4 true-false questions to check your understanding. 1. In Jennifer's opinion, her skill set was very strong when she began to make instructional videos. Is that true or false? It's false. My words suggested that I was lacking a skill or skills. I said that I had a lot to learn, especially in terms of using technology. 2. Jennifer reached her initial goal as an online teacher. Is that true or false? That's true. My goal was to transfer classroom skills to the online world, and I said that I reached that goal. 3. Jennifer defined success as having risen to the top of one's field. Is that true or false? It's false according to the video, because I said that success can be defined in many ways. 4. Jennifer said attention to detail is more important than skill with technology. Is that true or false? The statement is false. I didn't say that one skill is better than another. I just mentioned them both as examples of job skills.
To give you more listening practice, I've invited Dave Sconda to join me once again. Let's listen to what Dave has to say on the topic of a person's skill set.
Listening practice 2. Listen and answer the questions.
Ever since I was a kid, I've always been interested in how successful people reached their goal. I've always asked questions of these people. How did you do it? Did you get help? Who helped you? How did you learn? What did you do in difficult situations? One thing that I learned from a lot of people was this: be interested in everything. Pay attention to the details and try to learn and build skill in many different areas. I do know some people who have a very narrow skill set. They know how to do one thing very well, but the ones who really rise to the top, they have an interest in many different fields. I try to follow the advice of my mentors. I try to learn a lot about many things. The more I learn about things, the more I want to learn. I get inspired by the new things I learn about. It's about building your skills. It's about building your mind. It's about building a character. If you build your skills and your interests in many things, and you become good at many things, you won't have to search very much. As a matter of fact, you may not have to search at all. People may come to you and want you to be part of their endeavor, part of their company. Well, there you go. It was nice seeing all of you. And of course, it was nice working with Jennifer. Thanks, Jennifer, for asking me to be part of this video.
Now let's check your understanding. Question 1. What kinds of people interest Dave? The answer? Successful people. Dave said that he's always asked many questions when he has the chance to talk to successful people. 2. According to Dave, what kind of person rises to the top? Well, the answer certainly is not someone with a narrow skill set. It's a person who has many interests. 3. What did Dave's mentors advise him to do? Dave was advised to have interests in many things, to learn about many different things. 4. What is Dave's philosophy on job searches? If you'll recall, Dave believes it's important to be good at many things, that is, have a strong skill set. If you do this, then people will come to you, and you won't have to search. Special thanks go to Dave Sconda for his contribution to this lesson. You can visit Dave on his YouTube channel, English Meeting, or visit his website at www.englishmeeting.com. Additional practice for this lesson is available at EnglishCafe.com. Follow the direct link listed in the video description. You'll find 2 quizzes and the transcript of Dave's talk.
Well, that's all for now. Thanks for watching and happy studies. And have a good day at work.